Welcome back to Nexusville. Got a few things to do here. Getting some Asari liquor, I believe, meeting up with Drac, and I think the reporter might have contacted me too. I'm like slightly on edge because I'm like, I think this is it. I think this is my last session of this game. I don't think DLC is ever coming out for this at this rate, so I think this is like it. Oh hey, models. Sure. First of all, sell salvage, yeah. Salvage, yes. Model. There's the Akantha. I'll grab freaking decryption key too, why not? Boom. Now I've got no things and I've apparently got every model, so there's that. There we go. Now we need to restore the Asari liquor to Lexi on the Tempest.
Pathfinder, do you have just a minute?
Oh, there's Carrie. I didn't have to look for you. Cool. Where are you?
Pathfinder, do you have just a minute?
Where are you? The sound mixing says you're here. Pathfinder, do you have just a minute? Are you upstairs? Let's see, Carrie wasn't a blue Asari, which narrows it down approximately 0%.
Just a minute.
She must be upstairs, talking to me from upstairs. Okay. She looks so much like the other Asari that one time she got replaced by a different person that was abusing people, and I couldn't tell at first that they were different people.
You're back.
My arrest was a clerical error. Translation, our heroic Pathfinder took an interest and now you're bad PR. Truth hurts. A Pathfinder can handle the dangers out there. For us ordinary people, it's too much. I want to finish the documentary, take a stand for what matters. But what is that? What's best for the initiative?
People deserve the truth. Today and 1,000 years from now. Let's give it to them.
Okay, have your Sam give me everything it recorded in that remnant city. I'll give them raw footage, uncompromising every challenge we need to overcome. Thanks, Ryder, for everything.
Translation, fuck Tan and Addison. But also, if she's doing a constant documentary series of interviews with me, maybe she should ask me questions for more than 5 seconds. What is this? What? The fuck? Just keep going. The game's almost over, I think. What the fuck? What the fuck was that? This is, oh right, this is the crew quarters area. The bar is downstairs. I'm gonna be free soon. I think I'm gonna have to record a spoiler cast alone for this game. I don't think that the usual let's rant about this for a bit during the credits is gonna entirely work. I think I'm just gonna have to sit there and talk for a long time on my own. Okay. Hey Drac, you might give us a good scene. And I don't mean that facetiously at all. I mean it.
The others aren't here yet, but it shouldn't be long.
The others?
Cash and Vorn. If we're gonna teach you Krogan games, we're gonna need more Krogan.
Vorn doesn't bug you as much as you pretend he does. Huh.
Yeah, don't tell anyone. He's smart, real handy with plans, kept the colony alive and going after we left the Nexus. Cash made a good choice there. Not that I had any say in the matter.
So, fire-breathing thresher maws of doom.
That's right. Pretty basic game. First one Krogan kids usually play.
I've seen vids, and I know thresher maws are damn huge, but fire-breathing thresher maws of doom? That sounds like overkill.
You'll see, it's great.
Right, so, what are the rules?
Kids game, remember? It's simple. Burn down all the other pieces on the map. You win.
Wait, burn down, as in actual fire? Or metaphorical fire?
What do you think? I'll load up the mini flamethrowers when the others get here.
Well, at least the table is fireproof. I think.
Yeah, just don't hit the drinks. Bartender will have a fit.
Hello. Okay. Let's burn things. Burn down all the things until they're burned. What the fuck? What the fuck? I think the left one's dancing or having a seizure. I can't really quite tell. Or if he's like playfully discussing something or dancing in this lab. But the other guy's like reaching into his chest, which is terrifying, while seemingly studying him with a thing. Because of course what's actually happening is he's supposed to be standing at a computer terminal, and he's supposed to be switching between the pad and the terminal over and over again. But because this game is an unfinished piece of garbage that's had 3 or 4 months to patch itself and continues to be only progressively less finished over time, it seems, this is here, making no sense, and being generally baffling. Huh. No, stop looking at the details. It's not like Mass Effect's a franchise about details. This guy's been standing here for so long. He doesn't even have an animation, does he? Oh, there's an animation. Glitches for a second. So he just stares up there. Have you never seen ventilation before? I'm sure the Angara have invented ventilation before. Oh no. You know what happened is they had pre-programmed all of these... They pre-programmed all of these council race characters in here. And they've probably not even moved the entire playthrough, and they've all just been standing around in groups in the same spots over and over again. And then they're like, well, the Angarans are here, we should add... one Angaran. What's the one empty space in the room? I know, we'll stick the Angaran on the table, the stage. That place didn't have anyone yet. So now the Angaran's just standing there, doing nothing. Maybe, I don't know if he's supposed to be dancing or anything. Like, maybe they forgot to finish. I can almost see that maybe they placed him on that stage and they were like, we're gonna program a dance for him later. And then they never did. So instead he just stands there. But he's in a specific animation that involves looking up in the sky a little bit. But it only has a specific duration, so every time the animation ends, he briefly starts resetting back to his default pose, then going back to looking at the sky again, over and over again forever. It's okay, it's just the single most visited location in the entire game, the Nexus. They didn't need to pay any... if there's any place to not pay attention to details, it's this spot. You can just skip on details like that.
Things are tense around the pub, but not like that first 14 months, thanks to us. I think they raised the drink prices, though. Bastards.
One villain at a time, Liam.
Priorities, Pathfinder.
I don't believe you. You're putting me on.
Oh, Dutch, would I lie to you?
Yes. Yes, you would. Absolutely. Surfing a shuttle as it crash lands on an asteroid. No one's that crazy. Not even you. Right?
Best landing ever.
Welcome to the Vortex.
You just kind of run out of dialogue with them, huh? No more drinks to turn in, no more drinks to try, it just kind of stops coming up. She keeps defaulting back to a standing animation and glitching back out again over again too, just like that guy is. Weird. Weird. Okay, so is there anything else to do? Because I think that was the list, more or less. There's no, like, update on the... Nope, that's actually the... I must have to leave and come back to make something change regarding Drax things. That didn't really seem like it finished. We'll see. Down we go. Just one quick trip to Lexi. And if nothing else comes up, I suppose we'll be talking to Suvi and getting out of here. So this entire time, have they been building up the movie night as being like the big final climax thing that's going to happen when it's time for us to go on this final mission of the entire game? Oh, Lexi's not here. That's what I get for not checking. Sam, Gil, Cora. She upstairs, dang it. Liam, Drac, Doll, PB, Callow, what? 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 Cora, Vetra, Sam, Gil. That's not where Gil's supposed to be. Liam, Drac. I'm here specifically to talk to Lexi. Where's Lexi? I'm gonna see if maybe they're in the opposite chamber with Gil, overlapping icons or something. What the hell?
So are the Remnant intended to serve them?
That's a great question.
Too bad we don't have someone on the team who's an expert in solving Remnant mysteries.
Yeah, Ryder ought to enlist someone like that right away.
Let's try something. No, it's already selected. I guess maybe if nothing else, I'll have to follow the objective marker.
Hey, Ryder. What's the story?
Good talking to you, Gil.
Anytime.
Nope. So you're not talking to her and know where she is. It does say Lexi's on the Tempest. Okay, let's try to follow the objective marker. Why is the objective marker said to go down? According to the objective marker, she's right here. The galley. According to that view, it also says to go down somehow. What in the world? Is did Lexi glitch out of the ship? What? Wait, she's over there? She wasn't there a second ago. Oh. The quest was... Okay. I think what happened is the quest was selected, so it was showing the star, and that was replacing her green icon I was looking for, and that's why I was missing it. That makes sense.
More tests?
One bottle of Acantha, barely opened.
It's medicinal, you understand. Cuts down hangovers, which will save PB and Drax some grief.
Of course.
Thank you, Ryder. Would you ask Liam when we're doing this? I've got a couple of things to finish up.
I'll let you get back to it.
I'll be here if you need me.
Is it gonna happen? If I talk to Liam, does it happen?
I say, let's enjoy a few movies. And everyone else says, no, let's have an extravaganza with all the trimmings.
You're complaining?
No. Well, maybe, because now I need to do it all justice. You got me a decent library, but I heard someone has a director's cut of Last of the Legion, the banned version, remastered, no crappy extras added for the Hannah.
And you want me to look for it?
It'd be the gold-dusted cherry on your sundae. In the meantime, I'll get things set. We're more than ready for a night in.
Now we need to go to Kadara to locate another movie. It's never gonna be over. This quest. It started like, I feel like at the beginning of the game, right?
It's just editing a config file. You could probably fix it. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Oh my goodness. Okay, off to Kadara we go. This is turning into Moira Brown with the number of steps involved in this movie night. It better be the most like well-animated, well-written masterpiece of a scene of this entire game, because we're literally putting in work to see what should amount to a cutscene. And so like that better be a cutscene worthy of its quest. And they better not pull a Technomancer. Because in Technomancer you spend the entire last like third of the game trying to prove to everybody that this one guy is corrupt. And your only reward is that you have one scene of him sitting in a dark room alone and some angry voices shouting in the distance that you can't, and he looks kind of displeased, I guess. And then he just shows up later the way during the climax of the game the way he always was going to anyway, and what you did literally had no effect on the story or how things play out of any kind, but you spent like a third of the game working towards it, and it's like, what the fuck did I do? Why did I even bother with this Technomancer? I have played my share of not great RPGs lately. They just keep making them. There's something tragic about a problematic, mediocre RPG because of the fact that RPGs are like a difficult concept to make. You're inherently setting yourself up for more challenge because you're choosing to make something that's harder to make on purpose, which means you're probably not doing it for nefarious reasons. You want the thing to be good. But man, people are bad at making them good lately.
Don't mind the dirt.
Do you have it, Mod Merchant? Last Legion. And snacks! I'll buy more snacks. Nobody can tell me what to do. Boom. If it's an ultra rare, impossible to find copy of Last Legion, you'd think it'd be more expensive than like 9 credits.
I've been keeping this to myself, but I feel the need to be honest. I hate it here.
You complain every time we dock here. Why don't you wait on the ship?
I'm afraid of missing out.
That guy had the FOMO moment himself. He just injected himself into the conversation like, I'm standing here now, and I will lock loving eye contact upon the Pathfinder while he discusses things with his friend that I am not. Makes you appreciate the doofiness of Yakuza 0 and how a character walking up to, when you're talking to people in cutscenes, you'll watch like people walk up to you in the alleyway, then turn around and walk the other way without coming within, like they'll avoid entering like the 15 feet radius of the conversation because it looks so awkward when people walk in. So like all the randomly generated pedestrians that patrol up and down the streets will like turn around and go the other way to avoid interrupting the cinematic cutscene. I wonder how many times I've seen these cutscenes now.
Jarl's been asking to talk to you.
Y'all's been asking to talk to me? Boy, Jal, you wait to the last possible minute to talk to me then, because we were like getting ready for like the game to end, I thought. Like if they have any like character moments they want to have, they better speak up fast, because they're running out of campaign.
Your brain's rattled enough.
Did you get my message? Doesn't matter. I have exciting news, and I wanted to tell you in person.
Should I sit down?
Is that another idiom? Or... Yes, of course. Do what you like.
Yeah, it's an idiom that means... Never mind.
I've been offered an advancement in the Resistance, and my own command.
That makes complete sense. Congratulations.
Thank you. My family is very proud, and so am I.
So when did this happen?
Recently. You know that I wasn't satisfied with my position and direction in the Resistance.
Or life?
True. Very true. Yes. After my successes with you, they see me with new eyes. But more importantly, so do I.
So you get your own command?
It's a covert squad, Tech Ops, commanding a small group of elite specialists that infiltrate advanced Ket sites. High danger, high reward.
That's a hard choice to make. I won't stand in your way.
That's kind. It was a hard choice.
Okay then. Should we head back to Aya?
What? Why? I'm not taking the position.
But that's crazy. It's what you wanted.
What I wanted, yes. But not what I needed. Not what I need. With your help, I broke free of expectation. I found my better self.
It's been a pleasure to work with you too.
Funny how chance can change your life in an instant.
I know what you mean.
Your dad would be proud of you, too.
Yeah, hope so.
So, you're stuck with me now. At least until this all plays out. Besides, you need me.
Don't push your luck.
But luck can't be pushed. It comes to us and... idiom.
Yep.
Shit.
Don't worry, you'll figure out those quirky idioms and pop culture references, like apparently everyone besides the Angara has, because somehow, despite the fact that humanity's only been here for one lifetime, every every council race makes really weirdly specific human references in this game that they shouldn't actually know, because it goes well beyond translators.
Last of the Legion. This is what you wanted, right?
Wait, you actually found it? That version's practically a myth. I'll tell everyone to grab food. Jarl and Gil said they can rig something up in your quarters. If you need a minute to clean up, no problem. Just hit the console when you're good to go.
Oh my god, it's gonna finally happen. They've been teasing us for an entire game. I'm gonna make a new save so I can experience this over and over again at this very moment. I don't know if I'm ever loading that save, but yeah. It would suck to have the cutscene crash or something. Please tell me this part like had effort put into it. We can do this. There's a bunch of drinks, some cards, some books scattered everywhere. This place is definitely not cleaned up at the moment. How about my new models? Yeah, oh yeah, you can see the rover. I see the rover down there and stuff like that. Okay. So there's a few more filling out this whole thing.
They need you, Jorax. I know you left the Legion. I never left the Legion. It left me. But I know my duty.
Alright, folks, we can sit through a training montage with what many critics describe as excessive Turian flexing.
No such thing. There really is.
Or we can fast forward to a ship crashing into an asteroid crashing into a moon.
Fast forward to the crash. Nah, montage. Don't cut bits out.
I'd go for the crash.
Forwarding to the action scene, going once, going twice.
Skip to the good stuff, Liam.
Boo!
But it's vacuum. The ship explosion would be silent.
I hope that's not the voice of experience talking.
Guess they wanted their money's worth. They actually blew up a derelict for that shot.
Too bad the script wasn't caught in the blast.
My strike team will hit the enemy cruiser, General. Force is the only thing fanatics understand.
Why a strike team? Torpedo the cruiser!
That's overkill. Get one engineer aboard, cut life support and engines, problem solved.
And leave them stuck on a hostile ship? One torpedo, over by lunch.
I think a charm offensive might be more rewarding.
Yes.
Classic irresistible hero. Pretend to be captured.
Beat up armor, enticing scars, soulful eyes.
Yeah. The old dinner and drinks to show off my villainy. They get
And
cozy.
then strike! Or not. Why spoil the evening?
Speaking of, time for another round. Anyone for a Varen's Jaw? Or a euphemistically delicious?
Wait, lesson.
Tyrannus.
Ugh, he was a sidekick. They die like goldfish.
No acting like overacting. Even Ryder could do better.
If I wanted to.
Don't make me dare you, dearest.
Come on, show us. I'll be dead for you.
Okay.
It isn't fair. He was so young and Solarian. He had so much to give.
Ryder, I can't feel my gallbladder.
Do you even have a gallbladder?
Oh no, it's worse than I thought.
No. Damn you! Damn you all!
Let's stick with the overacting Turian.
I swear to love you. 1,000 times, 1,000 stars.
Oh, Jorax. So many years lost. We were so foolish. Our hearts are one. No enemy fleet, no sea of stars can ever separate us again.
Hey, it leveled me up. And that was actually good. They actually did the thing. I was like, they better have made a real cutscene for this thing, because they've built it up for like a goddamn like 10-step quest or something like that. That was like a time-consuming like a thing that built up to that moment. But hey, it worked out. Good moments all around, even down to silly moments of like making fun of an overacting character in a movie by overacting themselves on the pad, and then of course the I like the part that they're backseat adventuring, because they all are real life versions of the thing that's being dramatized in the movie. So they're like criticizing technical details or like decisions made by the characters and stuff like that. Not the way normal people do, but on like the additional level of like literally like that's what they do all day is what's happening in the movie. Just a thought from Lexi. Cruise morale boosted by movie night, so I thought we could make it a regular thing. I've got vids of some great extranet series, including Blue's Anatomy, great drama, but enough action to keep Liam happy. Also, dreamy Turians with fringe that can't be natural. Anyway, just a thought, Lexi. Dreamy Turians with fringe that can't be natural. I guess she is a Asari, so the attraction to all the different races is normal. I just had a brief moment of like, this isn't coming from Vetra, I'm confused. I'd be remiss not to mention the one one like I had a question mark moment during that cutscene, which was they were talking about either skipping forward to the good parts or sticking to the monologues or whatever, or not the monologues, the montages. And so I was staring at the screen because he's like going once, going twice, on the skipping to the monologue. So skipping to the action scene. So I'm like searching the screen for like a dialogue option or a QuickTime event. I'm like, am I doing something here? And like that felt like the tiniest hint of it being unfinished. Is there was that pause. At this point, I've got a rhythm for like the BioWare games and how they handle cutscenes that you can make like a QuickTime event decision in. Ever since Mass Effect 2, 3, and now Andromeda, like that was the type of pause that normally has like a left click to change what happens moment. But I was searching the screen and I was listening for an audio cue, and I can check the footage again afterwards when I'm done, but I don't think I saw any evidence of there being any kind of QuickTime event or thing to happen. But the scene so specifically was set up to suggest that you do indeed need get an option to interrupt it. And even the next thing that happens after the long pause is Ryder answers Liam and says, skip to the good parts, Liam, which suggests that you could have picked one or the other. And so I get a very, very strong feeling that I think at some point they planned on having a branching thing there, and they never finished it because, well, it's this game, and not a lot of stuff got finished in this game. But yeah, I was genuinely smiling and during that scene with Callow, and that was more stuff like that would make this party so much stronger. Is seen like it's a good idea to have the entire party together like that, and there's cool moments that happen there, and getting the characters to interact more like that is one of the strengths of BioWare games, and specifically, it was one of the really good parts about Inquisition, because Inquisition had similar problems as Andromeda, where it was mass-produced kind of like MMORPG quest areas that were kind of time-wasty tasks that didn't really seem to amount to anything. I will say that most of them had an overarching story in each individual planet that was or region that was a little better set up, I think, and frankly, Inquisition had better combat because it was sort of a weird CRPG hybrid that had some stuff going on where you actually have to think about like people's armor ratings and like bubbling people with like defense abilities and heals, and like you're doing tactical decisions, as opposed to this game where you can't even control your party members in any conceivable way, and you're only playing a character that has 3 abilities, and it's so shallow by comparison from a combat perspective. But But I was able to look past some of the MMORPG stuff going on in Inquisition because I was actually engaged with the story and the characters. I really enjoy the party in Inquisition, that group of characters, and they were fun to talk to, and I liked interacting with them, and I liked taking different configurations of them with me to have them interact with each other. I liked seeing how they would interact to elements of the story as we went through, and I loved the many scenes that would happen in the was it called Haven, or I don't remember the name of the town very well anymore. It's been a few years now, but I loved the Inquisition characters interacting not only with me but with each other. There was actually a number of moments where they'd go back and forth. Like, everyone will remember scenes involving what's his name's book and the other character that was secretly a fangirl of his books. And there's so many names to try to keep track of. I'm thinking of vaguely Russian-sounding soldier girl being a secret fangirl of dwarf guy's novel series and stuff like that. Wow. Varric, right? Varric? And I can't think past the name Morrigan, which is not at all the right name. That's the completely wrong name. God damn it. Cassandra. There we go. Normally I'd be doing better with the names, I think, but it's hard to think of Inquisition names 2 years later when you're in the middle of trying to think of, when you're in the middle of the Mass Effect universe. But I cannot express enough how, like, Mass Effect Andromeda and Inquisition have a similar design philosophy behind what's going on with them. Like, their game structures are very similar. But it's the difference, the two games are a difference between a well-managed project and a poorly managed project. Did they stop getting points, or they still get points even though I can't spend them in anything? Weird. Is the difference between a well-managed project and a badly managed project, because in Inquisition they had the same structure and the same loose connection to the main story and the same underwhelming overall main story, but it's elevated by the character work and the fact that the game was just generally decently well made. Like, it was a properly finished and polished BioWare project that has some design concessions that are worth questioning, but not a lot of other problems. And so while it was more boring and a little too long compared to the other Dragon Age games and it had some issues, it never reaches the problems that Andromeda would have a few years later with the same design philosophies, and that's because something horrible went wrong on a management level with this game, and we got a weird, unfinished nightmare thing that probably shouldn't have made it out. Anyway, I'm going to just put some points in. I'm going to do the non-decision making points. There we go. Just trying to spend points so I can get my stats to go a little higher as we go. There we go. Because, yeah, Andromeda was never going to be... It was likely never going to be an original Mass Effect game in quality, like the original trilogy, but it could have been an Inquisition, and I would have been happy with that at least, because Inquisition was a game I was generally happy with, even if the conclusion was slipshod as all hell.